let's start with injuries, team news. Anybody back available that hasn't been able to be selected in recent weeks?
No, and we've lost another one in terms of Luke Thomas. So rocked his ankle in training, and looks like it's going to be at least a couple of weeks. So hopefully on the short side, but it could be up to a month. We're hoping that heals. So disappointed for him because he's worked hard to get himself back into the first team kind of picture. Obviously came on in the game, and then just innocuous challenge during the training this week, and just rocked his ankle. So disappointed for Luke, but no doubt he'll be back stronger.
Yeah. Any more clarity over Leon's injury in terms of getting word back from the specialists?
No, I not as this morning. I don't know for sure. I will catch up with Shu, the physio. But I think because he's one of the most kind of renowned people in the world for this type of injury, it's such a peculiar injury. There's a strange waiting list that, the modern world, I think before COVID it was a lot easier to get in and see kind of domain experts, but at the moment I think he's still waiting for his consultation, whether that's to wait for some of the swelling to go down, etc, etc. I'm not sure. I'm not a medical expert, but again, the prognosis isn't great. And you're keeping everything crossed for Leon because obviously it's his career at stake, but it's not looking too good.
And in terms of this week, you've had a week on the training ground. Has there been a particular focus? Is it working on everything, or is there one thing you've been trying to key in on?
For us, it's been getting the lads away from thinking. I just think we're at the point where the players are so keen to do well. They're so disappointed in terms of the way they're playing and the results profile at the minute. And there's a real collective desire to improve, and I think they're all aware of the amount of numbers we've got travelling to the game again on Saturday, and I think the players owe the travelling faithful a performance. At Exeter, when they've turned up in numbers, we haven't given that. And we've been well supported by our fan base, and I think the players have felt that there's been a little bit of an edge in the training ground this week, and I think it's 8 games now. You've got to put up or shut up as a group. We can't talk about wanting to be promoted and promotion without the results profile. So we're getting to those points where with 38 games to go, we've got to start showing some consistency of performance, and especially on the road, we've got to be a lot more difficult to beat.
Because we've had sort of various of them here over the last few weeks saying that training seems to be going really well. They're really happy with that, and yet it doesn't seem to be converting onto a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, and again, the turnover of players, you can only use those kind of things, excuses, whatever you want to call them, for a certain amount of time before we're now getting into the back end of September, and we've had enough time together as a group to start to show levels of performance, and that's probably the most disappointing thing for me is the quality that's in the building, the quality that you see from Monday to Friday on the training ground, and then the individual mistakes or the moments of madness in games are what's costing you that first goal. And then once you lose that first goal, confidence is at a low ebb at the minute because of the run of results over certainly this season and beyond that. And any confidence that's gained out on the training ground during the week is quickly evaporated. So, but that's not just us. That's every football team, and as I say, if you can't handle that intensity, if you can't handle the demand of being a professional footballer, then in any other trade, if you're a plumber or an electrician and you don't carry the job out, you don't get paid. Fortunately for footballers, we've got an incredible union, and even when we get the job wrong, and we get it wrong consistently, we still get our wages. And I think there's a part of you that thinks that's a good thing, and then there's a part of you thinks, are we protecting people who aren't managing to do the job that they're getting paid to do? Because ultimately, that's your job. This is not a hobby. This is a results industry where you have to win games of football. If you don't, then you get removed from your job. And I think the intensity of that is the intensity of that. It's not open heart surgery, so if you get your job wrong, somebody doesn't end up dead. But also it's very, very important to our fans and to the people who follow this football club and pay the hard-earned, wages to come and support the team, that our players, step up and start to fill, the shirt and show those fans, gratitude and for coming out in the numbers. And again, Saturday they'll be out in the numbers again. And I'm just really, really hoping the lads turn up and perform. And as I say, it's words from me and talking from me. But unfortunately, that doesn't get us any results. The lads have got to go out and perform.
Against a Walsall team that similarly haven't had a great start to the season.
Yeah, but I don't think we're in any, any form of our own. So it's going to be a scrap, and we're going to have to do stuff that we haven't done before, which is score goals on the road and be solid on the road, and we haven't done that for a while. So we need to turn up and perform. And as I say, the time for the talking for me has got to stop. It's put up or shut up time.